slash dot dash dot slash dot dash dot.
Hello and welcome to Slash Dot Dash Dot. Now, I'm here to review Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus. Does Machine Games' second entry in the Wolfenstein series pick up from the impressive New Order? Well, I'm here to discuss what I thought on the game. So let's get into the review. So we play the game as BJ Blazkowicz again, who was the lead character in like all of the Wolfenstein games. And we pick up immediately after the end of the New Order. The little team of resistance fighters managed to get BJ out of the blast zone from the end of the first game. And unfortunately, he then falls into a coma for the next, I think it was 5 months. So this means that the game is very similar to the start of the New Order. BJ is confined to a wheelchair and he has very limited range of movement, which was kind of like the start of New Order. Very early on, we get a new member to the resistance team, and it's kind of an interesting choice because it's a Nazi member or a former Nazi member that's become disillusioned with the way the Nazi party is treating the world. This really gives us an interesting dynamic with the rest of the group, having a Nazi person or former Nazi citizen in the resistance group. Leads to all kinds of tension between the characters. The game's very brutal with its scenes of emotion, especially the ones surrounding the role of BJ's father. They are quite heavy on the emotional side of things. The music design in the game is absolutely phenomenal, and it really drives on some of the scenes. It really builds up your hype to just go in and start gunning down Nazis, and I can't state how well it was done. You have these like really pounding electronic moments, really pounding like electronic beats going on that really ramp up your excitement levels. And then other times you've got like the heavy metal style stuff, and that's when you're just slaying everyone, that sort of stuff comes on. The game has a lot of different difficulty levels at the start, and that's quite an interesting choice, I think. And it's similar to the first one, that also had a similar vibe to it with the difficulty level. You've got easy, medium for experienced players, hard. I think there's like a second hard level, then there's like a really difficult level, and then I think there's one that you can unlock as well. So I started the game on hard mode and played about 3 or 4 levels in hard mode, but I soon needed to turn the difficulty down again because I was struggling on certain sections. And you will run into sections where you struggle and you'll be cursing out loud at the fact that you can't get past these levels, and you're replaying them over and over again. And there's no shame in turning the difficulty down, and that's what I did so that I could get this review done. The graphics in the game are really impressive, actually. I remember playing the New Order and thinking that the graphics weren't so great. Now there are times when there's a dog in the early stages of the game, and that doesn't look very good. The textures of it are very, not very lifelike. It doesn't look like a dog to me. But the actual character models of the people look really good. There's a nice sort of shine to the levels and stuff. When you're in some of the Nazi bunkers, it looks very stylish at times. I can only imagine what it looks like on PC with the high-end graphics on and everything. Obviously, I played it on PS4, and it still looked pretty good. Unfortunately, every now and again, there are moments where the AI is extremely dumb. The clip that I'm about to show you is taken from when I was actually playing it on one of the hard difficulties. And you'll notice that the enemies, I was down like a narrow corridor, and the enemies were just running through, and I was just waiting to pick them off, basically. There are some funny moments mixed in with this game when you would think that it was quite a serious subject. Nazis have taken over the world and you're a resistance group. And yet the group finds time to have a laugh and sort of relax and socialise. And there's other times where they'll insult each other, sort of like a teammate banter style. And they'll be just slagging each other off, saying absolutely horrible things to each other. But in the end, they come together to fight against the Nazis.
I would say you most resemble a skitter-drucket cunt rag, and your hain is honking similar to that of a shite-spewing volcano, affronting the senses at full force.
Well, at least my face isn't a dead ringer for a massive prolapsed rectum.
There's a similar moment in this game, the new Colossus 2, when you were on the train in the New Order, and you may have seen it. It was in a lot of the trailers and a lot of the promotional stuff. It's kind of supposed to feel like a lot of tension. If you remember the train scene when you were with Frau Engel, they tried to do it again here with someone else, but it's not quite the same. It doesn't quite work as well as it did in The New Order. The game actually goes with something that I theorised whilst I was playing The New Order. In this world, the Nazis have taken over, so they are the leaders and they are the people that run the world, basically, and all the citizens dance along to their tune. And your little resistance group are technically terrorists in their society, even though, we know that they're doing the good thing. In a society run by Nazis, they are the terrorists, and they play on this in the game. You get to interact with a lot of civilians during some levels, and you hear them sort of talking about Terror Billy, which is BJ Blazkowicz. I thought this was a really interesting concept, and it was something, like I say, I theorised whilst I was playing the first game. What I liked about The New Order was it was a mix of stealth gameplay and all-out action gunplay, and you even got to do a level where you were in a tank, one of the Nazis' sort of super weapons. We get that again in this game, but slightly different. This time you get to go on a Panzerhound, and it is badass. I love this level.
Yeah, this is awesome.
You've been a good friend, but now you're just too damn big.
Oh, I was enjoying that.
There's another sort of level that's lifted straight out of The New Order. It seems like a lot of the beats from the first game were copied in this second one. You get to go out into space again, but this time we go to Venus. And once you get up there, there's a very interesting cameo waiting for you, which is funny and also kind of they get the mood of the person very right, I feel. When you play the game, you will see what I mean. Machine Games even treats us to the retro games, the original run of Wolfenstein games. There's a little retro arcade on board the U-boat that the Resistance group has. And of course, they did this in New Order, and it's nice that they're treating us to that again. It's very nostalgic for people that played Wolfenstein 3D. What I really liked about the New Blood was playing it, you notice how you can do different things with it being a first-person shooter. Nowadays we're used to Call of Duty, Destiny, all these things that are very basic. You've got your gun, you've got your grenades. But in the New Order and in the new Colossus, we get to do wall peeking with the left trigger. And I like that because it means you can sort of, do the stealth gameplay, peek out to see if anyone's around, and then, go back. Or if you're doing if you're gunning people down, you can get in cover and peek above and do the shots. There's also kind of like an automatic snap to cover as well. So when you're down below something and you click the aim button, BJ will sort of lean over the top. But I found in this game that it wasn't working quite as well, and it kept sort of glitching out, like it was going up and down, and I couldn't get my shots off. So that was a little bit of a shame, because I remember it being pretty good in the first game. I'm very much looking forward to seeing a third game from Machine Games in this Wolfenstein series, and I really hope that they get on and do another one. I'll definitely be picking it up when it comes out. All in all, I thought Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, was a really, really fun game. Yes, it was flawed and some things held it back, but it's something that I would much rather play than a Call of Duty in this day and age after playing so many games like Call of Duty. It's nice to get something a little bit different. It's batshit crazy, don't get me wrong, there's some really crazy stuff in the game, but it's all the more better for it if you just go with that and you accept that it's batshit crazy. You sort of accept the B-movie quality to the game, you're going to have a blast with it. I can't recommend it enough, actually. Although all I'm going to give it is a 7 out of 10. It could be better here and there, like I said about the AI and some of the moments are lifted straight from the first game. But it's something that I recommend that you add to your collection. You're going to have fun with it. Everyone should really give it a go and see what you think. So yeah, go out and play it. Let me know what you think. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more gaming reviews, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.